they immediately call the archives, turn them over to the archives, and I was briefed about this discovery and surprised to learn that there were any government records that were taken there to that office. I've turned over the boxes, they've turned over the boxes to the archives, and we're cooperating fully with the review, and which I hope will be finished soon, and there'll be more detail at that time.
That's Joe Biden responding to questions about this. I know that the Republicans have wanted him to make a statement. I am sure that now their concerns have been mollified. I'm sure that they're fine. Okay, look, I don't love Joe Biden. Okay, full transparency, I voted for Joe Biden because that's the difficult sort of decision that's put on progressives who want to actually engage with the system and push for progress in every opportunity where they can. But that said, I don't believe that he never lies. I don't believe that he never breaks the law. When he lies, when he breaks the law, I feel like we have a pretty good track record of pointing that out. That said, barring evidence of some nefarious plot wherein he had these documents at an office that I have no reason to believe he's been to in a couple of years, I feel like I'm ready to accept what he said, that he had no idea that the documents were still there, might never have known that the documents were there. And by the way, even if you accept, as I do, that explanation, that doesn't mean that it's not wrong or that it shouldn't be investigated. In fact, like yesterday, I'll go way beyond that and say, Axios says this article, special counsel decision looms over Biden documents probe. So Merrick Garland's gonna have to decide whether they should appoint a special counsel to look into Biden. Why not just have the current special counsel, Jack Smith, or whatever the hell his generic name is? Yeah, have him look into that as well. Why is everyone acting like that's not a possibility? Why is everyone acting like that would be, like if that happens, then well, obviously whatever happens to the one has to happen to the other. No, because the situation is different. And I'm not afraid of Biden being investigated. If there is any evidence that they tried to get the documents back and he fought returning them, if there's any even evidence that he did know that they were there, that he specifically brought them there to steal and give to China or whatever as we'll get to, then yeah, take him down too. Get rid of that legal memo that stops the current president from being indicted or whatever. I would be perfectly fine with that. That's the standard I think we should all support.
Well, I'm sure the investigations will get to that conclusion. By the way, an investigation in this would be when was he there? How did it come to this point? And also, are there others? Are there stuff that has been given to other folks? Because again, when those things were, I guess, still being investigated by generic Jack Smith or Williams or Johnson, don't know his name, but whatever's being investigated, even in the Trump cases, what they did find out was he continued to lie. I know you pointed this out. Continue to lie, continue to hide, continue to have his attorney say it's all done, it's all good. Those are things that make your spidey sense go up and say something nefarious is going on here. And if someone else says, yeah, they were there, I'm not sure how they got there, you can say, I think you're lying. You find out if they're lying, investigate it and figure the whole thing out, which I think is what they're pointing out, saying Merrick Garland's have to appoint someone to do just that. So what are we upset about right now? Is he hiding it? Is he glossing over it? Is he saying, no big deal, I've got more, but I'm not gonna tell you about it because I get to do this, because I get to be the one who, by thinking about it, declassifies information? All this stuff happened. Let's not forget all the things that happened while we're making these comparisons. But sure, as I said too, John, as you pointed out, Joe Biden is not my grandfather. Investigate him if he's doing wrongdoings. And if you find something for real, get him.
Yeah, 100%. He is also not my grandpa. He admittedly looks very similar to my grandpa, actually. I think I'm gonna have to do like a side-by-side. My grandfather, Pat Iadarola, was awesome, by the way. It is a great shame that I don't think any of you got to meet him. He was really cool. I liked him better than Biden, actually. I would have been in favor of him being president. He was way more argumentative than Joe Biden, but maybe that's what we needed. Anyway, also, he could play the hell out of a saxophone. I'm just gonna put that out there. With that said, I wanna turn to a little bit of, what's that?
That's all that's needed, apparently, from like 1992 when Clinton did it, right?
Yeah.
Didn't he play saxophone? It was Bill. Bill played saxophone on like the Tonight Show or something, yeah.
Yeah, he did. It might have been on, what's that late night show?
Tonight Show, wasn't it?
I'm gonna fail. I thought it was on like Montel Jordan. Oh no, Arsenio Hall. Arsenio Hall,
was
yes.
It? Oh, maybe it was.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.